Hello, and welcome to Rethinking Our History, where we seek to shed a light on events that have been forgotten and covered up, and to make us all question how much do we really know about our history? I'm Felicia.
And I'm Ian, and we are here to reveal all the sordid details of history that have been swept under the rug. Get ready to get angry, be curious, and maybe have a laugh or two as we rethink our history.
Hello, friends.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to another lesson, number 58. We hope you guys are warm and safe wherever you're at if you're in the snow, because holy shit, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
A high of 25 today. That's lower than my age. I'm not with it.
It's what it's supposed to be in the North Pole in the eastern southern US.
I mean, it's February temperatures, but like
Yeah, it's true.
it was in the 50s all last week and it was in the 70s a couple of weeks ago and I'm not with it. I'm not with it this year.
It actually all came from the North Pole. The weather system came
Yes, I
straight
know
down
how
from
the
there.
weather works, my love. I know. I'm just complaining
Gotcha.
cuz it's cold
It's fucking cold.
and I'm sick. Which is a fun combination. So sorry for snarfing and blowing my nose throughout this episode, guys. I don't have COVID or the flu or nothing. I did test for that. COVID, anyways. It was negative. I just have a head cold. Yay. But anyways, so today we're going to kind of look at somebody who ties both of our shows together. A man who many people believe inspired a whole genre of literature, which isn't actually true, but whatever, and is hailed as a hero within his own country. Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, sweet.
He impaled so many people.
Yeah, he did.
It was bad, y'all.
That's what I'm gonna start doing if I'm ever in war.
But for good reasons. So, yeah. Vlad the Third was the second son of Vlad the Second, Vlad Dracula the Second. His exact birthday is not known, but it is believed he was born between 1428 and 1431, with many believing to be born to with many believing it to be 1429 after Dracula settled in Transylvania, the country, not the county. People are like, "What?" Yeah, if you live in Western North Carolina, we have a Transylvania county. So,
It's spooky.
I've actually never been there, I don't think.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I've never been there.
it's
Have you ever been there?
not very spooky. Yes, I've been in Transylvania County.
What is in Transylvania County?
Woods.
Like, what towns are there? Do you know?
um, shit, I don't know. I'll have to like Google it.
Well, let me go Google food.
I don't even
'Cause
remember where it like is, cause like, so if you live in Western North Carolina, we kind of have like, so like we know counties a little,
Shit.
but we're more like landmarks. Go
Brevard.
by landmarks. Brevard.
Brevard.
Yep.
I have been there.
Yep. You have.
Brevard, Rosamond, Cedar Mountain, Lake Toxaway, Pisgah Forest, and Penrose.
Yep. We lived there.
Wow.
Yep.
As of 2020, there were only 32,986 people living there. We got more people in this county.
We do. Yeah.
That's a small ass fucking county.
That's why I said when you asked, it was like woods.
Wow. All right. All right. Vlad II would become the ruler of Wallachia. I'm probably not saying that right, but
Wallachia.
Wallachia. Yeah, I'm going to say it like that. Wallachia. In 1436. What was funny is when I was doing the spell check on this earlier today, it kept wanting to spell check Wallachia to Appalachia.
You mean Vlad the Impaler lived in Wallachia?
No, Wallachia. They're going to throw a Wallachia, not an Appalachia. A Wallachia. In 1436 and in 1442, the younger Vlad and his brother Radu were held as hostages by the Ottoman Empire to secure their father's loyalty after they had traveled to Gallipoli, which we talked about. What did we talk about Gallipoli?
Shit,
It
I
was a
can't
major
remember.
offensive on the island of Gallipoli. Was it Winston Churchill?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, wait a second. I just talked about this fucking place like 15 times.
Yeah.
What? So that's ironic. Like 400 years apart.
There's a website that brought the picture of Vlad back to life to see what he'd look like in like normal days. Man, that dude is handsome. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
For the time, Vlad was a smowboat. A smoke show. Showboat.
Yeah.
Y'all, I have a cold. While Vlad was released by the end of the year, the boys were kept captive. Their lives truly came in danger when their father supported Vladislaus, the king of Poland, during the Crusade of Varna in 1444. Even Vlad II was worried the boys would be killed or mutilated for his rebellion, but that never happened. In 1447, Wallachia was invaded by John Hunyadi, which my spell check wanted to correct to Hyundai, and that's the way I fucking saw it. The regent governor of Hungary, and Vlad Dracul and his older son Mercia were murdered. Hunyadi installed Vlad's second cousin, Vladislav II. In the autumn of 1448, Hunyadi launched an attack against the Ottomans, and Vladislav joined him. While they were away on the campaign, Vlad broke into Wallachia with the help from the Ottomans. But when his cousin returned, he fled the area, and by the end of the year, he fled into the Ottoman Empire. That friendship doesn't last for long. He first fled to Idirene in present day Turkey before he moved on to Mol- Moldavia, where his father's brother in law had taken the throne. When Bogdan was murdered by Peter III of Russia, his son Stephen and Vlad fled to Transylvania to seek help from Hunyadi, but that did not happen either. Vlad attempted to settle in Brasov, but the residents were forbidden for giving him shelter by Hunyadi. After this and the dethroning of Peter III, Vlad returned to Moldavia, and after this, the next few years of his life are not well known. He comes back into authority in 1456. By 1456, there was conflict between Hungary and Vladislav, and Hungary supported Vlad as he invaded Wallachia. He killed his cousin, then went through killing any nobility who may have went against his rule. Quote, Vlad quickly effected a great change and utterly revolutionized the affairs of Wallachia through granting the money, property, and other goods of his victims to his retainers. End quote.
Hmm.
And that's a common thing we see. We saw that with Idi Amin and like all these warlords. They go in, they kill these people, and then to make sure that their people are loyal, they give them all their land and money and property and slaves and whatever else that they have.
Right. Looks like his favorite thing's a mace.
Yeah, it would make sense. Lots of impaling to be done with a mace.
I mean, mace is used more for battering, but you know.
Well, a mace has like. Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking about a flail. Never mind.
Right.
A flail's the ball on the end of a chain, right?
Yeah.
And then a mace is just a stick with a spiky ball on the end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's still got spike. You impale people with the spikes. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
It looks like the one he was using had like fins, like the one that's
Oh,
got
shit.
fins on it. It is sharpened fins.
All right.
It's brutal.
He came into conflict with the Transylvanian Saxons, who were in support of his other cousins, brothers to the one that he killed. When civil war broke out in Hungary, Vlad supported Stephen, son of Bogdan II, in his move to seize Moldavia. Vlad also raided Saxon villages and would take captives back to Wallachia, where he impaled them, earning him the moniker Vlad the Impaler.
Wonder if that was like a two-man job.
What?
Impaling people. And I guess you could do it with one person, cut their head off, and then just. But
Oh, you're thinking that he just impaled their heads. Oh no,
oh,
sweet
he
baby
impaled
child.
like all of
He
them.
impaled them.
All right.
Yeah. Through the vagina, through the taint, whatever.
Right. Just hung them up.
He did it other ways too, allegedly, which we'll get to. Possibly sometime between 1461 or 62, the Sultan Mehmed. Mehmed. Sorry. That's what it says.
Sir Sultan Mehmed.
Mr. Mehmed. Sent an
I
envoy
kill you.
to Wallachia to order Vlad to travel to Constantinople to answer for unpaid tribute. Sorry, guys, I gotta let it out. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Now Istanbul, not Constantinople. Now Istanbul, not Constantinople. And that's nobody's business but the Turks. It's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul. I don't know who does that song. Not me. So don't come at me. But I love that song. Great
Yeah,
song.
don't copyright strike us.
No, sorry.
It was a cover.
It was a cover. I had to let the autism out. I'm sorry. He also sent secret instructions to have Vlad captured while he was making the journey. Vlad learned about these secret plans, captured both of the men, and had them executed. February of 1462, Vlad launched an attack on Ottoman territory, killing thousands of Turks and Muslim Bulgarians. This led Mehmed to launch an attack against Wallachia to replace Vlad with his younger brother Radu. Vlad then attempted to capture the Sultan on the night of June the 17th, which is now known as the night attack at Targovitsti, which is in present-day Romania. Christina, I doubt she listens to this, because we had a fight. But if she does, what up, my Romanian friend? On this night, the Ottomans had set up camp south of the capital when Vlad launched an attack with anywhere from 7,000 to 24,000 soldiers and horsemen. Vlad had taken the time to disguise himself and sneak into the Ottoman camp to locate the Sultan's tent. Knowing that the Sultan had ordered his troops to stay in their tents in the event of an attack, Vlad used that to confuse the troops, hitting them not in one large attack, but smaller attacks throughout the night. Vlad's troops would blow their buglers and wave around their torches to cause panic and confusion. An account of the battle from a Wallachian veteran was recorded at the court of Buda. Quote, the Sultan besieged him and discovered him in a certain mountain where the Wallachian was supported by the natural strength of the place. There Vlad had hidden himself along with 24,000 of his men who had willingly followed him. When Vlad realized that he would either perish from hunger or fall into the hands of the very cruel enemy, and considering both eventualities unworthy of brave men, he dared commit an act worthy of being remembered. Calling his men together and explaining the situation to them, he easily persuaded them to enter the enemy camp. He divided the men so that either they should die bravely in battle with glory and honor, or else, should destiny prove favorable to them, they should avenge themselves against the enemy in an exceptional manner. So, making use of some Turkish prisoners who had been caught at twilight when they were wandering about imprudently, at nightfall, Vlad penetrated into the Turkish camp with part of his troops, all the way up to the fortifications. And during the entire night he sped like lightning in every direction and caused great slaughter, so much that, had the other commander to whom he had entrusted his remaining forces been equally as brave, or had the Turks not fully obeyed the repeated orders from the Sultan not to abandon their garrisons, the Wallachian undoubtedly would have gained the greatest and most brilliant victory. But the other commander, a boyar named Gales, did not attack the camp from the other side, as had been agreed upon. Vlad carried out an incredible massacre without losing many men in such a major encounter, though many were wounded. He abandoned the enemy camp before daybreak and returned to the same mountain from which he had came. No one dared pursue him since he had caused such terror and turmoil. I learned by questioning those who had participated in this battle that the Sultan lost all confidence in the situation. During that night, the Sultan abandoned the camp and fled in a shameful manner, and he would have continued to this way had he not been reprimanded by his friends and brought back, almost against his will. End quote. Whew, that was a long quote.
Wow.
But yeah, so it is true. The Sultan ran away. He was like, oh shit, this motherfucker crazy. And his friends were like, dude, the fuck? But it's not totally true that they weren't chased after. Some of the soldiers chased after the Wallachian forces, killing between 1 and 2,000 of them. Then, though probably fearing the worst, the Sultan decided to besiege the capital, but found the city deserted. Deserted of all living humans, but as the troops marched through the city, they were watched on both sides by the eyes of the some 20,000 impaled Ottomans that lined the road. Quote, the Sultan's army entered into the area of the impalements, which was 17 stades long and 7 stades wide. Quick aside, a stade is literally an ancient measurement that is no longer used, and nobody actually knows how fucking big it is. So, there were large stakes on. There were large stakes there, on which, as it is said, about 20,000 men, women, and children had been spitted. Quite a sight for the Turks and the Sultan himself. The Sultan was seized with amazement and said it was not possible to deprive of his country a man who had done such great deeds, who had such a diabolical understanding of how to govern his realm and its people. And he said that a man who had done such things was worth much. The rest of the Turks were dumbfounded when they saw the multitude of men on the stakes. There were infants, too, affixed to their mothers on the stakes, and birds had made their nest in their entrails. End quote.
Ooh. All right, then.
Yeah. He was brutal,
Yeah.
to say the least. I mean, this was like the 1400s. Everything was fucking brutal back then.
True, the smell.
Oh, the smell of 20,000 rotting
Holy crap.
corpses that have been exposed to the elements
Yo.
and like animals.
Yo. Holy crap.
During this time, Corvinus attempted to explain Vlad's imprisonment. Did I just skip a whole part?
Probably.
I did. I missed a part somewhere. Okay.
Intermission.
Oh, okay. I skipped a chapter. Or a paragraph.
Right.
After many more battles with the Ottomans and many of his supporters changing sides and supporting Radu, Vlad fled the country and sought help from Mathis Corvinus, king of Hungary. But instead of coming to his aid, he threw Vlad in prison where he would stay from late 1462 until 1475.
Damn.
13 years.
Wow.
Well, like 12.
Yeah.
During this time, Corvinus attempted to explain Vlad's imprisonment by forging letters that claimed Vlad offered his support to the Sultan against Hungary if it would guarantee he reclaimed his throne. Historians are pretty unanimous that these letters are in fact forgeries and not written in Vlad's own hand. The summer of 1475, he was released at the request of Stephen III of Moldavia and was allegedly forced to convert from Eastern Orthodox to Roman Catholicism as part of his release.
Hmm.
Vlad went on to fight in Corvinus's army against the Ottomans in Bosnia, strange, in early 1476. With the help of Hungarian and Moldovan troops, Vlad was able to push Basarab, Leota out of Wallachia in November. Did she go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. I just couldn't hear the toilet. Within months, Basarab was back with the Ottomans. Vlad would die in battle sometime between December 1476 and July of 1477. It is not quite known who or how exactly he was killed, but it is well accepted that he was, in fact, cut into pieces, with his head being sent to the Sultan and eventually being placed on a stake in Constantinople. Vlad the Impaler
Was impaled.
got impaled. It is not known where he is buried today, though scholars believe he is most likely buried in the first church of the Komana Monastery, which Vlad established and was near where he was killed. The stories of Vlad's cruelty are well known, but it is not known how true they are. Okay. Um, while some people believe that his stories, his like cruelty gave inspiration to Dracula, eh, 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 not really.
Right.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be surprising. According to one story, he had two monks impaled, quote, to help them get to heaven, end quote. And when their donkey began to bray, he had it impaled too.
Jesus.
Allegedly.
Now that's more than a two-person job.
You fucking think? Other rumors included one in which he, in a fit of rage over feeling disrespected after two messengers would not remove their turbans, nailed them to their heads with 3 spikes. It is also said that while he was imprisoned, he would capture rats to torture and dismember because he was just so evil, even prison couldn't keep him from just being a cruel man.
All right.
Allegedly. I mean, we don't fucking know. This was 600 years ago.
That one was in Bram Stoker's.
Didn't he like drink a rat?
Yeah, he captured one and like drank it, yeah. Or drank the blood of it.
Yeah. It is hard to know how much of it is true in fantasy, how much of it is true, and how much of it is fantasy. It is known he impaled thousands of people and murdered many, many more, but, like, that's war with the
Yeah.
Ottoman Empire.
Yeah. War never changes.
Once print became more industrialized around the turn of the century, more books depicting Vlad's deeds were published across countries that had been victims of his. Take stories told from a Saxon point of view. There are eyewitness accounts of his raids, but many of them are believed to be exaggerated, such as editions published in 1499 and 1500 in Nuremberg and Strasbourg. These editions came with a wood cutting that showed Vlad dining at a table surrounded by the bodies of the dead and dying. There is also a story, I believe, in the book that goes as such, and big old trigger warning for the torture of babies.
Shoo.
Quote, Vlad had a big, big.
Big bog.
Nope, it's supposed to be big, but I wrote bog.
Nice.
A big copper cauldron built and put a lid made of wood with holes in it on top. He put people in the cauldron and put their heads in the holes and fastened them there. Then he filled it with water and set a fire under it and let the people cry their eyes out until they were boiled to death.
Jesus.
And then he invented frightening, terrible, unheard of tortures. He ordered that women be impaled together with their suckling babies on the same stake. The babies fought for their lives at their mother's breast until they died. Then he had the women's breasts cut off and put the babies inside head first. Thus he had them impaled together. End quote.
All right. That's pretty sadistic.
I never want to have to write, read, or think about anything that terrible ever again.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Ever again. But, like, we don't know if it's true.
Right.
You
Could just
know?
be like fiction, make people scared of him.
Like, yeah, maybe you like impaled babies and stuff, but
Like Blackbeard.
maybe they were
Blackbeard's
like already dead. You know?
right.
Quick deaths and then impaled just for shock and awe.
It's
I
like
don't know.
Blackbeard's tales of infamy, you know?
Yep.
Like he was actually just this really nice dude. But like people were scared of him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and that's kind of the thing with Vlad is like for the people of the region that he rolled over during the time that he was in power, he was a hero.
Yeah.
What he did was brutal, but it was effective.
Right.
You know, it was effective in keeping order in his reign, and it was effective from scaring shit into the Ottoman Empire.
Right.
Like, this is an empire that reigned from 1300 to 1922.
Wow.
622 years this empire was in power.
Yeah.
They ruled parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa, and Vlad was like, not my little fucking chunk of earth, okay, you motherfuckers. But okay, like, if you can help me get back in after, like, this dude stole my throne, that's fine. But then I'm gonna fight against you again.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it was the fucking 1400s, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Shit was fucking rough back then.
I'm sure.
You know? Jesus. So that is a little on Vlad the Impaler. You have any thoughts, Bill?
Brutal.
Brutal.
Yep. Plus, you know, I love Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's like uh, based on him. So
A lot of people believe he's based on him, but there's actually one thing I read said that, like, in his notes when he was writing the book, there's no mention of him whatsoever.
huh.
He actually, like, took inspiration from someone else and he just used, like, things about Wallachia, like, geography wise and stuff like
Right.
that in his book, but it wasn't based on Vlad.
I know that the architecture in that movie was based on the Biltmore House,
That's
which
cool.
is cool.
That is cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is pretty interesting. All right, friends. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode. You guys stay warm and safe in the snow,
Yeah.
and we will see you guys next week.
Be kind to each other.
Love you. Bye.
Love you guys.